Hello, welcome back to Lex V Designs. If today is your first time tuning into this channel, you're welcome, and stay tuned for more videos. And to my OGs, thank you always for coming back to stay tuned and watch these videos. Your encouragement and your comments matter a lot to me. I really appreciate. And in today's video, we're going to be learning how to take full body measurements. This is for my beginners. This video is very beginner friendly. So if this is what you're interested to learn how to do, how to take a full body measurement from shoulder to your knee, please stay tuned and watch till the end of this video. Like this video, thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're yet to subscribe, please join the family and stay tuned for more videos. Let's get started. Okay, so we're going to be starting with the first measurement, and that's the shoulder measurement. Some people actually take their shoulder measurement from the front. They take the front, their shoulder measurement from the front side of the body, okay, like this. And while some people take from the back, whichever the way, okay, whichever the way, both of them are correct. Just make sure that you go with the one that works for you, and ensure that if you want to be sure that you're taking the right measurements, you can do both the front and for the back. Let's get started, okay? So I'm going to be starting. When you're measuring your shoulder, start from this part, okay? I hope you can see me. Just start from this part, okay, to the end of this part, and then you can do the same thing to the back, okay? So let me do that. So I have 15. Okay, you can see where I started from. I started from this end and I'm stopping at this end. I have 15 inches. I'll go to the back and ensure that I have the same measure. So I still have 15 inches for the back and for the front. Alright? Now the next is that I'm going to be taking my shoulder to bust measurements. Especially if you want to take sew a bustier or a princess dart. All these beautiful darts require your shoulder to your bust measurements, okay? If it's a very free gown, you may not require exactly, you will not even require your shoulder to bust. So for that, we're going to be starting from the shoulder, okay? This part, the device, this side that connects the head to the shoulder. So we're going to start from this end, okay? It's on my mannequin, but you may not see it. But here, I'm going to start from this end to on top of my bust, and I will take the measurement. So from my shoulder to on top of my bust, according to the mannequin, is 9.5, 9.5. Okay, so from the shoulder to my mannequin bust is 9.5. So this is your shoulder. This is how to take your shoulder to your bust measurement. So you can take it on this side or on this side. If you want to still do for both of them, it's fine, but it's usually the same thing, okay? Now, after that, I'm going to go ahead and take my bust measurement. You can see the way I placed my hand. I took my tape and went round, okay? I'm going round this way, and then I'm making sure that the tip of my tape is meeting at the point where I have my bust measurement. Ensure that none of it falls like this. So you just saw what happened, okay? So ensure that it's this way, and ensure that also that the tape at the back is not too down, okay? If not, you will not be able to get the accurate back measurement. So let me do that again. So for my mannequin now, I have 34.5 for my mannequin bust. Okay, you can see that it is on top of the nipple to nipple, the bust. Okay, so for my bust measurement of my mannequin, I have 34 inches. Now next, I'm going to measure my shoulder to my under bust. And where is the under bust? The under bust is under your bust, just like the name implies. So from shoulder to the under bust, exactly under the bust, where the bust ends. Okay, so I'm going to start from here, the same point where here, this point. I'm going to draw my tape to my under bust. You can see the way I'm moving with my tape. Ensure that you place your tape very well, and then move to your under bust. So for my mannequin, The under bust is 13 inches. Okay, now once you get your under bust measurement, you can go round under bust. Here, it depends on what you're sewing. If you are sewing a bustier, you may require this measurement. Whatever you are sewing that requires this measurement, you may need to measure the circumference around your under bust, not your waist yet, your under bust. Okay, and then I have 27. Okay, so I have 27 for the under bust measurements. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. Okay, now the circumference of my under bust is 27 inches. Now the next I'm going to measure is my shoulder to my waist. Okay, I've gotten my upper bust, my under bust. Now I want to get my waist. My shoulder to my waist is 16 inches. Okay, although my mannequin doesn't have any belly button, but if you want to get your belly button, you can just quickly do 2 inches above your belly button. That's where you will stop for your under bust, for your waist rather, please. So I'll measure my shoulder, and then from my shoulder I'll come down. It's always 2 inches above the belly button, or even say or 1 inch, but it shouldn't be less than that. 2 inches is perfect. Okay, so if I want to measure my under bust now, on my waist measurement, I usually check where my belly button is, then I'll go up a bit. Okay, and that's why or even 3 inches is perfect. 3 inches is perfect, but please don't go above 3 inches unless you want there are some styles that you will still do, and then it will need to flare from a bit higher than your waist measurement. So the waist measurement is usually 2 inches or 3 inches above your belly button. Some people prefer it at 1 inch, but it's not usually that smart. Okay, so please, when you're measuring and you want to have an exact body contoured dress, okay, you should just try to use 3 inches or 2 inches above your belly button. Okay, so that is for the waist, and then for the circumference of my waist, at that point where I marked, okay, you can see what I'm having. I'm having 25 inches. And please, whenever you're measuring, ensure that your tape is not giving you an extra finger inside. Some people will measure and put like maybe 3, unless when you want to mark it on your fabric, you're not going to add additional or too much allowance. Okay, but if you want to take an exact body measurement, take it exactly. So when the person wants to sew, the person can actually go use the measurements they gave to the person and add allowance, and then the cloth comes out very good on you. I hope this is clear. Now, not to forget, before we leave the waist area, I didn't mention that how to measure your nipple to nipple measurements. Now, this nipple to nipple measurement guides you on how to take your measurements for your darts, not just when you are cutting a bustier or a princess dart or all these styles. Okay, you can actually use your nipple to nipple measurement to insert your dart. Okay, so now for my nipple to nipple measurement, this is how to measure your nipple to nipple measurement. Now this is the bust of the mannequin. I'm going to just start from this end. Okay, now look at what I'm doing. I have 7 inches from this point to this point, so that the bustier lines will stand on top of your bust. I hope this is clear. Now, if you're sewing a princess dart, like this is 7 inches, and you have your material fold, okay, you're not going to measure 3.5. Because 7 inches divided by 2 is 3.5. You're not going to measure 3.5. What you're going to do is you're going to add 1 inch to this bustier, bustier, that nipple to nipple measurement. Okay, so that your princess dart line comes this way. It doesn't come on top of the nipple to nipple measurement, because you know that princess dart usually comes this way, not on top of the bust. Okay, per se. Okay, so this is how to take your nipple to nipple measurement. It's so simple. From one end of the bust, you are not starting from here. You are not starting from beside the bust. You are starting from on top of the bust. That's why it's called nipple to nipple. That point where you are feeling your nipple, that's where you are going to put it. Place your tape to the end. Okay. So I've already taken the waist measurements. Now what I'm going to tell you is how to measure your waist to your hip. You know, when you are sewing a straight skirt, a lot of people don't know that you measure your waist to your hip. Even for a fitted gown, you need to know where your waist is. If your waist is ending here and maybe you have a half cut, your half length, you have already measured it, and then it's ending here, you have to measure, take the measurement from here to hip, which is 8 inches. The hip is the biggest part of the lower part of your body. Okay, the place where the fleshy area is, okay, here, this is where you are going to measure your hip, so that the skirt will not come and have hanging issues. Okay, all those are problems of sewing that we can discuss later. Okay, so we have accomplished our waist to hip. Okay, so we are going to also take our hip measurement, and our hip measurement is starting. Make sure that your buttock is covered when taking your hip measurement. Okay, so I will take my tape again and I will go around on top of the buttock. Okay, and I have 39 inches. Let me turn this thing so you can see how it looks. This is the buttock. Okay, and I'm going to start anywhere I want, but I'm going to ensure that the buttock is totally covered. You can see it. The tape is on top of the two buttocks, and what I have is 40 inches. Okay, so that is how to take your hip measurements. Okay, now next is your hip to your knee. Your hip to your knee. If you are sewing a knee flare or an A cut or a flare, not flare from the waist. I mean, not flare from the waist, but flayed, straight flayed, A cut. Okay, whatever you call it. So you need to have your hip to your knee measurement, and the secret to that is simple. This is where the knee is. Okay, now it's just for you to go up with about 3 inches, just like you did with the waist, to have your 3 inches or 2 inches, or you just measure it as simple as that. You measure it from your waist, because I said from your hip. No, that measurement starts from your waist to your knee. Alright? So wherever it is, you want to start from, you will start from here and then measure to your knee. Okay? So I will start from here, just in case it's a full A cut. Then I will now measure. This is where my knee is. I want it to start above my knee, maybe 3 inches or even 4 inches. Some people want their knee to be totally free. Okay, because if you come to the knee and then you flare, the person will have difficulty walking. So when you are taking your measurement, start from your waist to your knee. So what I have here is 20 inches for this mannequin. Okay, now if you want to also measure from your hip, you can also measure from your hip. What I have is 17 inches, but when you are measuring for something like an A cut, you always start from your waist to measure to your knee. You can do 3 inches above your knee. If you don't want to start from your waist, you can just go subtract 3 inches. If from waist to knee is 30, you subtract 3 inches, you have 27. That's what you will use. So that is what you use for your waist to your knee. Now you should also measure your knee circumference. Now the mannequin is, the legs are together, but please, when you are measuring your knee, ensure that your knee circumference, ensure that the person, is not too like this. If the person is like this, you will get the wrong measurement and the person will not still be able to walk. Or the simple math in it is to subtract 1 inch from your hip measurement or 2 inches from your hip measurement. It depends on how well fitted the person wants it. Instead of you to go and measure and get some, because the knee is usually very small. So if the legs are too close like this, you get the wrong measurement. I hope this is clear. So let me do that. So I have about 29 inches. 28, let me change it again. So I So I have 27 inches. Ensure that when you are measuring, the legs are a bit open, okay, so that you can get accurate. Some people have knocked knees, okay, so it will be difficult for them to walk in a tight. That's why it's always important to go up. You can even go up of about 4 inches so that the person will be free, okay. Don't stop at your knee when you're taking your knee measurement. You get it all very wrong, okay. So okay, getting what I'm saying. Okay, so we're going to be talking about how to take the full length, the full from your shoulder. It depends on how long you want your gown to be for the full length. Okay, I can decide to have it. Watch me. This is the length of this gown, 44 inches. Okay, this is 44 inches for the length of the gown. You can see the way I took it. Very easy. From your shoulder, ensure that the person that you're measuring is not bent or tilted. Okay, so just measure 44 inches, and then if it's to be longer, go down to the feet area, 58 inches. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so that is how to take this body measurements. If there be any other measurement you want, okay, but before that, let's talk about the sleeve. It's just that my mannequin doesn't have an arm, okay, but taking a sleeve measurement is not hard. I used this long sleeve gown so that you can understand. Whenever you're taking an elbow, that's an elbow measurement, that's a 3/4 sleeve. Ensure that you measure from here to here. Okay, this is around 15 inches for most people, around 16 inches for most people. Some people that are around the smaller side, they have about 14 inches, 13 inches. They vary with body sizes. You don't just make an estimate. Just look at somebody, then you're able to know according to the person's height. Okay? So you can take your measurement this way, and then you bend the hand this way so that your tape can come up. I wish my mannequin, but let me use my hand so I can do this. Okay, you can see where my this thing is. Okay, here. So I have 15 inches for myself. Now, if I want to go down again, full length, ensure that the hands are bent like this. Don't do like this and measure it. Okay, you might get it wrong. So I have 24 inches for my this thing. But if I go long, let me just do long. I have 22 inches. Now let me tell you, let me hold this 22 inches and bend my hand so you see where it will be. So you can see that if I bend my hand, the long sleeve will now shorten, rather please, will now shorten, and this is about 5 inches shorter than the end, but 2 inches minus the normal sleeve length. So it should be around here when the person is bending the person's hand, okay, so that the wristwatch will show, unless the person wants a full sleeve cover. Okay, so this is all on how to take your full body measurement. If there are other slightly different measurement that you want me to take, that you want me to measure, please let me know in the comment section. I want to also take this time out to thank you for always tuning in on Let's Fit Designs. Thank you so much for watching up to this end. Stay tuned for more videos. Stay tuned for the next video.